All right, so you're thinking about moving to the Seattle Metro, anywhere around there, but maybe you don't want to live right downtown in the action. You want to live in a suburb just outside of it, but still enjoy it. Well, I'm going to be talking about the 5 best suburbs outside of downtown Seattle that we see most people living in. And we're getting after it right now. What's up, everybody? This is Jackson Ray Wilkie with the Real Agent Now Group right here in Seattle, Washington. If this is your first time to this channel, it is all about Seattle. Everything, working, eating, sleeping, living, playing. So if this is your first time to this channel, make sure you tap that subscribe button. Click the little bell so you're notified every time I do a new video. We get a lot of phone calls, emails, text messages every day from people moving and relocating here, and we absolutely love it. So if you're even thinking about moving anywhere around here, make sure you give us a call, you shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the Seahawk. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Seattle, Washington. All right, so yes, we do get so many people moving to Seattle. This place is absolutely erupting, but there is a lot of suburbs on the outside. See, a lot of people don't want to live just right downtown. You got really hilly streets, it's bad parking, it's getting expensive. You really want that suburb living, but you want to be able to enjoy the city. Well, I've created a list, 5 of the most popular suburbs. Now, the criteria to this is really where we're seeing the most action. These aren't ranked like the absolute top best. It's just we're seeing a lot of real estate action in there, either buying or selling. The home values are really starting to increase, and we're starting to see a lot of people move to these areas. So that's why they're kind of the hottest, best suburbs. So with that being said, we will jump into it, and we're going to talk about number 1, Renton. So Renton is right on the southern shores of Lake Washington. This is an area that, there's a lot of neighborhoods and areas right south of Seattle that were kind of dicey, but they're really starting to clean up. A lot of people are moving out of Seattle, heading south and starting to really clean these areas up. Renton has been there forever. There's some beautiful spots that really sprawl along the southern edge of Lake Washington. It's tucked right next to Tukwila and also the SeaTac Airport. So for commuting and that kind of stuff, you're really close to everything. You can head right up to the northeast to Bellevue, right up to the northwest to Seattle. But what we're really seeing in Renton is a lot of young professionals, families, people moving there. And what we're seeing too is that the home prices are starting to climb. But out of all these suburbs, this is going to be one of the most affordable for sure, and that's what makes it so, desired in one of our top suburbs. So if you're looking to stretch that dollar a little bit more and you don't need to be close to downtown Seattle, then Renton's a great option. So one thing about Renton, there's over 2,000 new companies within like a 30-mile radius right there, and there's 2,800 acres of parks, trees, forests. So you get that kind of lifestyle of, the hiking, walking, outdoors, parks, but you also get a ton of new commerce. Boeing is settled right in there, so that's definitely one of the biggest producers for jobs. And again, you're close to downtown Seattle. So Renton is an area that's really starting to explode. Last but not least, if you're coming there with the kiddos like I got, you're looking at schools. It's actually one of the only, 35 in the state of Washington that got the Parents Award. So the community actually puts a lot of money into the schools there. So we do see some pretty good schools in this area, and they are always, getting funded and getting more resources. So that was really cool to hear. Your median home price there, like I said, is going to be probably the most affordable, starting, in the upper 4s and 5s, going well into the, the millions, but this is where you're going to find a little more affordability. So number 2 on the list, we're going to talk about Bothell. Now this is way up north. It's actually just northeast of Lake Washington. So this is going to be a little bit more of a laid back, chill area. It straddles Snohomish County and King County. And it is also just minutes away. Right to the east of it is Woodinville. Woodinville is absolutely world renowned for its wineries. So if you like, the wine tours and that kind of stuff, it's right there next to you. Now, I'm going to bring the map up again. You can see just to the east of Bothell, literally just how green it is. Look at all of that forest. There's so many parks, but you're also right there on the Sammamish River. So that goes right down into Redmond and Marymore Park, and that is a huge trail. That will take you from Marymore Park, which is at the north end of Lake Sammamish, up through Bothell and around Lake Washington down to Seattle. So it's literally over 20-mile trail right there. It's really cool. So if you like hiking, parks, the wineries, the more of a chill atmosphere, that's going to be a spot you definitely want to be. Now, I just looked it up because this is kind of one of the farthest northeast locations. Right now, it's 2:45, and it is like a 28-minute drive. And when I reverse the directions, this is to downtown Seattle, it was the same. So right now, it's really about a 30-minute drive. It can definitely get worse than that, but it's not that bad. You're still going to be close. And then if you want Bellevue, Redmond, they're literally just right to the south of you. So it's really a good centralized location. We're seeing a ton of growth there. So many people moving to this area. And with that, we actually don't, unfortunately, work with rentals and apartments, but there are a lot of new apartments in this area. There is a ton of homes for sale. The median price there is going to be just above, 600,000. So we're starting to see a little bit more expensive there, up into the millions, obviously. But it did put a $150 million project back in 2010 on the downtown scene. So you do get a cool little downtown scene in Bothell as well. There's a lot good to say about it. All right, so for number 3, we're going to move just over to the west, and this is going to be Lake Forest Park. Now, Lake Forest Park, unlike any of the other 5, is probably going to be the quietest. So if this is what you're looking for, a really quiet area that's really close to downtown or to any of the shopping, restaurants, bars, this is going to be a great location for you. It's just literally, like I said, to the west of Bothell, so it's right above Lake Washington, just to the north of downtown Seattle. This is where most of the people who are working in Seattle, for the past couple decades, really moved to, was this area. If you are an outdoor enthusiast, if you like hiking, trails, parks, this is going to be a great spot for you. Like I said, there is actual beach living, and the Lake Forest Park right there is really, really big and peaceful and beautiful. So this is going to be, yes, your quiet area that is just outside of downtown, but you get to enjoy what Seattle has to offer. It's going to be about $100,000 on the median, more than Bothell, just to the east of you. But again, this is where, the people who like their privacy, the beauty, the nature, but really close to things, this is where we're seeing them go. There are shops, restaurants, in the area. And there, the Burt Gilman Trail goes through there as well. In fact, part of this area, literally, you will have the trail go right through your neighborhood. So you can hop right on that and go either direction, about 10 miles. Number 4 is something you probably heard a lot about, and that is Bellevue. I've done a ton of videos on Bellevue. So if you want to watch some more videos on it, I've done full vlogs, cost of living. Bellevue is where we're getting to see basically the most people moving to. There is so much commerce there. In fact, they've actually built the downtown scene. It's Old Bellevue Road right there. Tons of shops and restaurants and bars. You have the Bellevue Square, like 3 giant outdoor malls, 200 plus shopping. And one thing to note, parking's free over in this side, unlike Seattle. So in Bellevue, you're going to find free parking and 200 plus covered shops. There is so much living around here, and you have a lot of high-paying jobs. And just literally to the northeast of you is Redmond, so you have that close. You have 2 freeways that take you right into Seattle. So yeah, Bellevue is an area where we're definitely seeing a huge number of people move to, and there's a lot going on there. So that's one thing that it's really done a good job of. I also did a video of the difference between Seattle and Bellevue living, and you can go watch that as well. But yeah, they've done a really good job. They have a lot of museums. It's kind of a place for me. I have 3 kiddos. It's a place where you can go all day with the shops. They have giant parks. They have all the museums. They do have music venues. They got Saturday markets, a lot of things going on there. So I definitely, if you got families, you want to be close to downtown, and there's lake living there. You can also head, closer over towards Lake Sammamish. You're like sandwiched in between 2 gorgeous lakes. Bellevue, can't say enough. Tons of videos on it. You can go watch those. All right, so number 5 on the list, I kind of wanted to do, a big circle around Seattle, and this is going to be, kind of the farthest one that's southeast of downtown Seattle, and it's going to be Newcastle. This place is absolutely stunning. It's directly south of Bellevue. Now, you are right next to the 405, so you can literally take that just south and around Lake Washington up into Seattle, or straight north up into Bellevue or 90 to go across. You kind of have 2 options there. You're really close to the SeaTac airport, so if you work from home but you travel a lot and you want the quiet and the peace and the forest and the trees and beauty, this is going to be it. Plus, if you like golf like I do, unbelievable. You have the golf club at Newcastle. 36 holes right there, and I'm talking some of the most stunning views you will find in the entire Seattle metro. you will see all of the Puget Sound, Lake Washington, and you're playing these holes, big mountainous holes. I love that kind of a course where, big old growth trees makes it a little tighter on the fairways, makes you not look as good, but you're talking views for days. So if you love golfing, golf communities, plus literally, I'll bring up the map right now. You can see Cougar Mountain is just to your east side there. That is full of trails, national forest, park. So you can hike, walk all day. You're close to downtown. You're close to major freeways. It also has a main road that dissects it right up through the middle called Coal Creek Parkway. And that's going to boast a bunch of your, shops, restaurants, bars. So you will have that as well. But literally right to your west, you're going to have Lake Washington. So there's some lake living. Right to your east is the golf course and the Cougar Mountain. So there's actually a lot of building going up in Cougar Mountain. So if you like views and vistas and new construction homes, we can definitely find you a killer one in there. So Newcastle is unbelievable. Top schools. It actually shares down in Renton, those schools, as well as Issaquah. So really good school districts right there. I actually have seen some houses in this area, in the 600,000s. So you can really enjoy these communities, but obviously going up into the millions. So anyways, that's what we do. You just focus on getting to Seattle. We'll take care of the rest. So if you are thinking about moving or relocating anywhere in the Seattle metro, you got to give us a call, shoot us a text, send us an email, or even send us the Seahawk. However you want to get a hold of us, we got your back when moving to Seattle, Washington. And until the next video, we'll catch you later.